What is LPR technology and how does it work? Why do vehicle repossession agencies use inside LPR equipment? And how does that help them grow their business? From an introduction through the implementation and into operational efficiency, this panel of auto repo agent users of Inside LPR is another ATI Auto Business exclusive. So please say hello, make new friends, grow your network, and learn from the best on ATI number 1, ATI Auto Business. What's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI Auto Business, automotive ecosystem, where everyone learns more about the automotive industry. Let's get started with top industry news and headlines that include the effect of the snow on NADA show. Biden's ridiculous FTC cars rule is out, and Mitsubishi says sayonara to Honda. It is show 383 in a row on a Tuesday night automotive ecosystem. We'll see how much longer we can do this. We're talking about Inside LPR, but this is not an Inside LPR show, but we are talking about the equipment and the users and how they use it, why they prefer it, and all in between. We have Dick Frame with Midland Auto Recovery. We have Ryan Lendrum, All-Star Retrievers. We have Lisa Hancock, ALSCO Tulsa. Shane Freitas, Accurate Adjustments, Inc. James Pass, Collateral Recovery Solutions. Aaron Gifford, AG3 Recovery. And Patrick Dunleavy, Legacy Recovery and Remarketing Services, all with us tonight here. So cool. I always say get to know your ecosystem, know your new, used, auction, logistics, tech, remarketing, recon, compliance, and more. That's why there's so much to talk about. ATI is the ecosystem's neutral zone. You can feel it, you know it, because you never know what we're going to say. It's Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Automotive Ecosystem. Thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Last week we had DRAIVER. DRAIVER was in booth 8751 at NADA show. We will be talking a little bit about the snow. It was cold. It was snowy. It was tough. It was a tough week in New Orleans, and it's newsworthy. Industry Logistics is Thursdays at noon. Last Thursday we had a live demo with My Carrier Portal. Thanks, Danielle. And this Thursday, we have Paul with Haul X. 10X your car hauling TMS. You don't know about this one, do you? You're going to like this. This is going to be a good show, Thursday at noon Central Time. All right, let's do some news. Great. We're only 4 minutes in. Okay, this is the big news right now. DeepSeek poses a grave risk to the U.S. economy. Really? What are you guys talking about? Nvidia stock slashes nearly $600 billion in market value? No way. What? Okay, what is DeepSeek and why is it disrupting the AI sector? Chinese startup DeepSeek's launch of its latest AI models, which it says are on a par or better than industry-leading models in the U.S., at a fraction of the cost, is threatening to upset the technology world order. Companies attracted attention in global AI circles after writing in a paper last month that the training of DeepSeek V3 required less than $6 million worth of computing power of NVIDIA chips. So it's a big deal in the AI world. We don't know yet, but will it overtake ChatGPT? And then there's doubts about U.S. tech companies' decision to pledge billions of dollars in AI, maybe if you don't have to. So I went ahead and asked ChatGPT, what's the big deal about DeepSeek? Gave me a pretty good answer, pretty extensive. DeepSeek merged as a major player in AI, creating models that rival leading systems of ChatGPT. See, that sounds pretty fair and unbalanced. And then it goes on to talk about more. We're going to be learning more. Everybody's talking about it. But it's like, look for the whale. I think it's a whale. Look for DeepSeek coming to somewhere near you. This is Bourbon Street. It is a sheet of ice. People were ice skating on Bourbon Street at the same time that NADA show was coming in with all their gear. So that was a problem, and it was pretty, this is like, I think this is Wednesday of last week. Pretty rough stuff. I don't have to tell you, if you were there, if you were going there, if you were trying to get there, you already know. People were packing their cars, flights canceling all over the place. I mean, it was flight cancellation city. And the truth is, there are folks that just couldn't go. They had to cancel. They went home, canceled the trip. Snow delays in New Orleans, but the show will go on. Although not all of it as expected. Parties canceled, food canceled. There were pop-up dinners. I'm sure there were some great things that came out of it. You know, anything you persevere, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger and all that. But sometimes it causes a lot of pain, and then there's injuries and triage. And so, after making all these adjustments, I think the word on the street is that it was 70% attendance, but I think if you were there, you know it was more like 50. And by the way, did anybody that rented a car rent an EV? Because if you're in all that weather, you probably want an ICE. I have no dog in that fight, but I'm just reporting the news. Dealers bullish about 2025 sales despite affordability, new car profit concerns. This will be mixed. Vehicle affordability and potentially slimmer new vehicle profit margins linger as top concerns for auto dealers. However, many dealers expect their businesses to perform better in the year ahead. Dealers and dealership execs who participated in a survey worry that new vehicle profits will fall, which is also one of their major concerns. But they're decidedly optimistic. 50% of respondents expect combined new and used vehicle sales to be better or much better than 2024. Most respondents, 69%, said that while their dealership was profitable in 2024, profits were down from 2023. 1/5 said their dealership was more profitable year over year, 20%, and 11% their store was not profitable last year. So almost 70 are riding the wave and yet more optimistic? Okay. What is your expectation for overall business performance for your dealership in 2025 compared with last year? 42% said better. What is this year's combined new and used vehicle sales outlook for your dealership compared to last year? 46% said better. That's not what the numbers said. Where do you see the most opportunity for profit growth this year? Service, parts, and collision, of course. What is your new vehicle days supply of inventory? Hey, it's 71 and 90. Wait, I thought that was bad. Okay. Whatever. And a settlement agreement was filed with the court for long-standing class action. CDK Global is doing fine, I guess. So well that you just turn the comments off. No problem. You heard it here first. Trump's tariffs could raise car prices at dealerships very quickly. Wait, what? But we're so excited about the Trump administration is threatening a 25% tariff on all imports from Canada and Mexico. Yeah, but that's not us. Oh, but it could immediately impact car dealerships and factories in the U.S. No way. The tariffs would add a minimum of thousands of dollars to the cost of cars. Can't be true. And not just cars that are assembled in those two countries and shipped to the U.S., but also cars built at American auto plants? No way. President Donald Trump had argued on the campaign trail that tariffs are the only way to save America. Yeah, but what is clear is that tariffs could upend the production of vehicles across the continent and put the price of cars already near record highs. We're still optimistic. That's not true. Stupid Biden FTC car buying consumer rules tossed out by U.S. Appeals Court. Yeah. Let's go back to Biden. A U.S. Appeals Court on Monday threw out rules adopted by the Biden administration to ban bait and switch tactics and prohibit auto dealers charging for add-on costs that do not benefit new car buyers. Yeah, bait and switch away. The Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in a 2-1 decision in response to legal challenges by the NADA and a Texas dealer group said the FTC had violated procedural rules. Yeah, it's a procedural rule. violation. The rule required upfront pricing and dealer advertising. Who wants that? And sales discussions and informed consent from consumers before charging for any item. Psh. The FTC had said the new rules would bar junk fees like a service contract for an oil change for an EV or duplicative warranty, and estimated it would save consumers more than $3.4 billion and an estimated 72 million hours annual shopping for vehicles. NADA president said this is a victory for the rule of law and a great outcome for consumers. The rule would have added massive amounts of time, complexity, paperwork, cost to car buying. You don't want all that complexity. The FTC brought complaints against a number of auto dealers in the past, won a $20 million settlement in December from a group of 10 dealers that it accused of systematically defrauding consumers. That can't be true. Judge Stephen Higginson dissented from this recent ruling, saying it would spur billions of dollars in economic benefit for U.S. consumers. There'd be price transparency, rules against deception. Congress authorized the FTC to regulate unfair and deceptive motor vehicle dealer practices. Oh, those Dems. You know what? Just show me the money. I like cars more than people. Mitsubishi Motors considered not joining the planned Nissan-Honda merger now. Japan's Mitsubishi Motors, a junior partner of Nissan Motor, is considering not joining a planned merger between Nissan and Honda. Mitsubishi plans to remain listed while continuing its cooperative relationship with both companies. 3 sources said on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak about the matter publicly. The end. CFPB focuses on forwarders in new report about repossessions. Key findings from the data include repossession assignments surpassed pre-pandemic levels in 2022. The share of repossession assignments completed decreased in 2022 compared to 2019. I've heard that on the street. And the use of third-party repo and recovery management services, referred to as forwarders, by lenders in the data set increased from 31% at the beginning of the data collection in January 2018 to more than double, 66% at the end of the data collection in December 2022. Average outstanding balances for consumers with outstanding balances on their accounts after a vehicle was repossessed and sold by the lender were rising prior to 2020, then fell as used car prices increased post-pandemic. Sounds good. Additionally, the use of a third party generally increases consumer costs. And repossessions completed using forwarders had higher costs charged to consumers. There you go. Cheers, everybody! ATI is where everyone learns more about how the automotive industry works, whether you want to or not. I'm assuming many are not. New, used, dealer, auction, logistics, tech, and more. Leverage ATI if you dare. I don't ship cars. I move information, allegedly. I also have a podcast. There's a website and other great stuff. All right, cool. Let's get to the panel. Do me a favor. Stick around after this. It's enough of Jay's shenanigans. We're going to go to a panel that's going to talk about why they use Inside LPR, how they use it, how it helps their businesses. I see you in the live chat. Thank you so much for saying hello and tuning in. And if you tune out, I'm so sorry. Stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Transport Auto Quoter is by far the leading auto quoting software on the market and the only auto quoter with a pro version that comes preset with accurate pricing for anywhere in the U.S. So you don't have to worry about it. The best part is that no change with your current software is needed. Just plug TAQ in and start booking jobs. Carriers can easily plug TAQ into their current websites and start making money right away. I bet you're wondering how we do this instantly and accurately 24/7. Well, constant analytics is the key. Our Price Watch team is constantly monitoring current market conditions, paying close attention to seasonal and quick-moving industry changes. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of time and data to maintain good pricing, time that most of us just don't have on a daily basis. So free yourself up. Using TAQ Pro is really a no-brainer. Save time and money, maximizing your leads and optimizing your online investments. You'll finally be able to sleep well at night knowing that TAQ is on the job selling for you 24/7. Never missing a potential job.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verifications of loads where nobody ever answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021, or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Need a faster way to move vehicles? DRAIVER has you covered. Whether you're an OEM, fleet, rental company, or a dealership, DRAIVER's network of 20,000 contract drivers gets vehicles moved 75% faster. From valet services to delivery, repositioning, and auction moves, DRAIVER handles it all. With insurance coverage and expert support, your logistics are in good hands. Ready to try with the DRAIVER Now app. Testing out DRAIVER services is simple. Download the app today, request a move, and experience how DRAIVER can transform your logistics. Or contact us today to learn about our full suite of services.
How do you move a fleet of rental cars to different locations on the fly? And you've only got 4 to 8 hours. You need a shockingly fast nationwide vehicle relocation platform. Visit DRAIVER.com. Links are in the live chat. All right, we have an incredible panel lined up. I'm really excited. Thanks so much for saying hello in the live chat. Appreciate you. So here we go. Let's do this. Please do help me wish a very warm welcome to the Insight LPR Repo Agent Review panel. Panel, can you see me and hear me okay?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
How about me? Am I still sideways? Flipped around?
It is. It's the mirror image. There is like a mirror image. You know, it's Zoom is funny like that. It takes time to get to know, but everything looks good. Everything's cool. Everybody's here. It's all good. So let's do this. And I know like we did a prep session, but not everybody was able to make it. So let's start with in my upper left corner, and then we'll go across. I know we have a couple folks adding in. We'll start with Ryan. Ryan, please say hello and tell us a little bit more about you.
Hey, first of all, thank you very much for having me on here. Truly grateful to be a part of the Insight platform. My name is Ryan Lindrum with All Star Retrievers, and I operate in the state of Colorado, and I'm based here in Denver.
Thank you, Ryan. Dick, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, please say hello. Tell us a little bit more about you.
I'm Dick Frame. I'm the owner of Midland Auto Recovery in Columbia, South Carolina. And we've been in business for a long, long, long time.
All right. All right, Shane, please say hello. Tell us a little bit more about you.
Thanks for having us, Jay. I'm up in the Northern California area. I'm with Accurate Adjustments, Inc. I've been in business since about 1997. I've been utilizing LPR technology since about early 2010, and we shifted over to Insight in May of 2022.
Thank you, Shane. And Lisa, how are you doing?
Great. How are you today?
I'm good. It's good to have you here. Please say hello.
Hello, I am Lisa Hancock with Alsco Tulsa and recently acquired American Recovery Specialist out of Oklahoma, cover the entire state of Oklahoma. And I've used every platform of LPR there is, been with Insight for the last 2 years.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Patrick, how are you doing?
Yeah, hey Jay. Great. Thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. And hello to everybody that's viewing ATI family. My name is Patrick Dunleavy. I'm with Legacy Recovery and Remarketing Services out of New York. I'm a third generation in the repossession business, and I'm also representing the ARA. I'm a board member of the ARA. Jay, I know you're familiar with the American Recovery Association, and I've been an Insight LPR user for almost 4 years now.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. Also, as we get started here, we're all getting our bearings. Okay, so Aaron, can you hear us okay? Mic check. And is Aaron the only one not on camera? I think that's the case. He says he's checking in. He's trying to say hello. He's in the live chat. Do me a favor, Aaron. If you're able to live chat in the show live chat, that is great. I know we talked about how this is helping grow business and gain clients. Let's talk more about that. Who wants to kick that off?
I can start. So I pulled some metrics, and our company was with another LPR platform prior. And when we made the switch, I looked at 1 year's worth of data prior to making the move to Insight LPR. And then I also took 1 year of data that we have with Insight LPR. And we have substantially grown our business as a result of Insight LPR. In fact, in that year over year, we grew our recovery rate an additional 17%. And then our overall repossessed cars in that next year rose by exactly 18%. So with that, we can go back to, and this kind of piggybacking off of what Patrick said, going to your favorite local credit unions and your small banks and stuff like that, you get the opportunity to educate them on what what LPR is, and then you can kind of tell them and share with them like, hey, here's where we're at. This is our recovery rate over the last quarter, over the last month, or however long you choose to share. And then you can have those talks with them, because they're not always utilizing just All-Star in Colorado. They're using some of my other local competitors. So I get the opportunity to share with them, hey, here's where I'm at. Here's where I was at a year ago. This is the growth and the performance growth that I've shown for you. And that opens up, opportunities there of increased rates or getting, more market share allocation of their work. Whereas, I could ask for or earn more business from my current client, or bring on a new client based upon, performance that is driven by some of this historic data through Insight LPR.
And Ryan, if you're a top scanner in your market, now you can say that the information is proprietary to your company.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yep. And we can get into some of those other benefits too. I have some very, very strong reasons as to why, I did choose Insight over some of the other options that are out there. It's just been a real game changer for our business, utilizing Insight over some of the other platforms that are available.
Right. We want to get into that. Show of hands. Who here has used more than one LPR platform? Okay. So we have something to compare to. We don't want, the question's being asked. I'm going to read the question. Why Insight versus DRN? There's a question.
No contract.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Too. But I like the camera system is way better than before. You get such clarity. It's unreal.
Insight cameras are on a month-to-month lease basis. They're not, you don't have to purchase the cameras outright. In other words, you can purchase as many as you want or lease as many as you want per month. Another benefit of Insight is the data is not shared. The data that you glean is yours.
That is the number one reason that
Yes.
And I think that everybody here would probably say that that's a very big item going forward. That's different than others.
Guys, another cool benefit is you can share with your competitors if you want. It's just we make our own usernames and passwords. I have shared it with my competitor before.
That's
hey,
correct.
go see what it's all about. Give them login credentials.
But I guess, Shane, what I'm saying is it's up to you. You're
right. No, I agree with you.
Right.
Yeah.
And it also goes back to the other item that I said is it's an immediate pickup. It's not a wait to get an okay to pick up your live hit if it's a live hit.
You know what I forgot, you guys? Lisa, did I hear you say that there was no contract? I think to clarify, I think you meant there's a no compete if you decide to leave. If I understand the contract correctly, there is a no compete while you onboarded with them and scan for them, but you could give them 30-day.
You can do the 30 days, right?
Yeah, but there's still a contract. Per se.
There's a contract.
I'm going to get a call like, "What's this no contract thing?"
That's true. There is a contract, but other LPR systems you have like a year or 2 year. This is a month to month. This is not.
There's also other benefits in the contract, like this thing somebody mentioned earlier. I think it was you. You can go bill your client a locate fee. I think other contracts are prohibitive.
Yes.
And if you do bill them, I think you have to kick back half. I don't know if that's the current contract, but that's what I understand in the past when I signed them. But wait, what? I can give it away, but I can't charge. And if I do charge, I have to give you half. It's confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's some of the contract stuff is it's probably no secret. I did a show and I looked at some information. So what you just said means something to me. And just to talk about the contract briefly, is that there was the contract that I read, the contract information that I read and reported on, I believe said that if you got into that contract and wanted to get out of that contract, you had to wait 2 years before you used any other LPR technology. And if your business, if this is important to your business and you got to go 2 years without using any features like that, it sounds like that could really hurt your business.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're completely handcuffed if you're not able to use this industry tool and having somebody govern you in that way. Whereas with Insight, if you decide for any reason that it's just not for you or it's not benefiting your business for any reason, you just notify them and you just walk away from it. It's as simple as that.
Another positive with Insight that I'll say, and Ryan touched on it, Shane's touched on it some, is the customer service is great. They've came out, they've installed the cameras. We have called them with things. We've had to have a couple of cameras replaced that were faulty right after they installed them. They were awesome. We got a hold of them. They immediately talked to them and they handled everything immediately.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Danny Barsh. I mean,
Danny's awesome.
Beat me to it.
and quick plug for him and John and Oscar and Jennifer. But Danny, he's a mastermind. He's been out to my office multiple times, installed cameras. He's professional. You can call him any time of the day. He'll pick up the phone. Help troubleshoot if you have any issues. He knows all the answers, and it's just great customer service.
Yes.
Passionate. I think he's very passionate.
Yeah.
One of the things I wanted to mention too, and I've seen some different posts on different things. The Insight is fully integrated with RDN, ClearPlan, and everything. I've seen some conflicting stuff about that, but it does all those things. And I think a majority of the clients and a lot of the people use RDN and ClearPlan, at least in the recovery industry.
Jay, if we can answer your question, I don't remember ever hearing a 2-year deal. I remember a 1-year deal, but full disclosure, I haven't read a contract.
One, not two. Okay.
I haven't read one.
So one is how's one? Let's say you had to go with one. I might have been thinking of standard time.
I think it's one. Yeah.
So okay, good. That's better. How's one? What would it be like for your business to have to wait a year to go without LPR technology?
Still
Are you okay with that?
Still catastrophic to compete.
It's going to be hard, right?
For
How about 6 months?
Yeah, for some companies it would be like COVID to them.
Well, that's what 6 months sounds like forever, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a necessary tool really to scale your business no matter what size you're currently at. I mean, if you have goals to achieve and you're looking to achieve those, LPR is a very necessary tool to get you there. It would be absolutely crushing if you were used to using this type of technology to service your valuable clients, and then to go without it, it would just be absolutely devastating, as Shane mentioned, to not have this tool to use in our industry.
I guess we should clarify, right, guys? Like it would be catastrophic in the sense that we would lose scale and we have to maybe lay some people off. I've done it before a couple times. We've survived. We've sustained 3 to 6 month rebuilding the database. Yeah, it's doable. A year, probably a heavier climb, but you're going to lose some scale. You're going to lose some volume.
So, I get that. So, let's say you say, okay, fine, we'll do 6 months. We'll lose employees and all these things just to get out of a contract. That's okay? You okay with that?
I'm
Our
never
business
okay
will
with
suffer,
that.
right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. I can't. Well, how about 30 days? Fine. 30 days, no LPR.
Jay, remember we talked about the historical database that we build that's more important than the live hits? You walk
Yeah.
away from somebody you've been scanning for 2 years or 3 years or 10 years, you lose all of that too. So it's all the historicals you got to rebuild up. So that's what we're talking about, rebuilding the database.
Right. Well, and I understand you bought the equipment too, which now, is that useless?
Dick, I think, told you they can lease them. So they can just turn them back in. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's talking
Insight
about
is
the other
different. You don't
Oh,
have to purchase the equipment.
But the some other ones you might have to purchase, which is
Right.
now
That's correct.
a good paperweight.
Right.
Is that
Well,
right?
It could
Yeah.
be a market to resell them, but I don't know what the value
I
is.
know it's tough, right? But I mean, this is how people really talk behind closed doors about things that make no sense at all, right? NADA had no problem pointing out how dumb the CARS rule was. That was in my news. Well, this seems strange. And when I read it, it seemed strange to me then. It still seems strange to me now. But I like to try to find common ground. What could we agree on? Could we pull off 6 months? But you just mentioned all that historical. It's the whole thing, the whole enchilada's too much.
Well, the beauty behind Inside LPR is you don't really have to worry about that. If you want to leave the platform for any reason, you just notify them and you literally just walk away from it and you're free to move elsewhere if you choose to do so. But I don't know why anybody that's used Inside LPR would ever think of leaving, because it's such a valuable tool, and they're, as Lisa had mentioned, the customer service and just everybody that you deal with they're so personable. They become friends of yours and they're rooting for your success is bottom line with them. And I can't imagine leaving Insight, but if you really wanted to, you could walk away from it.
But here's the other part to that, Jay, is the other LPR systems, that historical data, you're not losing it. They've sold it to someone else down the street already.
Yep.
God, I just heard somebody tell me that they bought data for, I think it was $10 through, what is one of the skip sites, you guys, other than IDI or the other?
TLO or
Maybe TLO, I can't remember which one it was. They're literally buying the data off of one of those portals where they really commoditized it to the point it's hard to, like you said, charge the skip fee for it.
Right. So is that part of then you were talking about like owning the data, or however the best way to phrase it is, because you're making the investment of the lease of the cameras. You're putting in the man hours, the equipment, the time. So getting those LPR hits and building that database has a value to you and your company.
Very much.
yes.
And so that being just shared with everybody, even though you put in the time and the work, doesn't sit well. Is that right?
Jay, imagine, Jay, that you spend a ton of money on what you're getting the picture of what we do, and then Insight has something saying they don't sell to the financial sector, repossession market, forwarders, or anything. They don't contractually, am I right, guys? They don't sell to the
Correct.
the
Nobody in auto
repossession.
finance.
Now imagine, Jay, if you're scanning plates and you see an advertisement that says use LPR data to avoid or thwart repossessions. Competitors of Insight have actually sold the data to collection companies as a way to try to use it to collect, to avoid repossession. Say they can use it to maybe verify that the cars are sitting at the given address. No need to repossess. Maybe they were teeter-tottering on trying to repossess a car, but you know what? The car is sitting at the given address. Cool. We'll continue to work with them. It's when you put in that much time and effort and then it works against you, it's conflicting with what your goals are. For the company, it's like, well, I could see, but I don't profit from that. I get your point, and cool, they get to keep the car. I don't want to wish ill on anybody, but that's not really my business model.
Do you feel like this is something you learned over time that you didn't know up front or couldn't have understood up front, and then over time you come to realize, wait a minute, I'm doing all this work, but it's actually working against me. Now what do I do?
Well, at first, the LPR systems, none of them were sold to other people at first, and then it changed.
Yeah. So with that, I mean, in our local market, in the past, we put in a very heavy investment you rattled off some of those, Jay. Fuel, your camera cars, the cameras themselves, payroll, everything that goes along with it. And then if your data gets, as Shane was saying, if somebody can buy that for $10, they don't have the investment that we had, but they can still exponentially grow their business off of our investment. So with Inside LPR, it's not a possibility for others to, kind of poach our hard-earned data in that manner.
How would somebody argue that it's their data and not yours to own? What would they say? Is that argument being made? Somebody must be saying that, right? There's got to be a conference or a golf course right now where somebody's making that argument.
Oh, I'm sure, because they're the ones who store it on the server. They're the ones who have. So I'm sure that they're saying that somewhere.
Or a golf course at a conference
yes.
where somebody's saying that right
now. Let me read you off of Insight's portal right now. It's with Inside LPR, your data is your data, period. That's verbatim. I just read it off of their website. I don't think we literally own the data per se, but they're saying that you're going to have access to it. So I don't know. It's not really an argument or debate right now. But if we had to leave for some reason, but again, we say that they're willing to talk. When you talk to them, you don't feel like you're falling upon deaf ears. They're listening. So
I think where the heartburn has always come in the past, Jay, is that data was being sold while the folks that were gleaning it and cultivating it, it was kind of sold out from under them. And it was utilized, yes, for those people a little bit, but Insight's a very different model. Is, as Shane just said, your data is your data. It's not sold. You're using it for your purposes and to recover your vehicles, and you're the one out scanning. So that's the biggest thing that I see.
Not sold in our markets. I have no doubt Insight's going to be selling it. They got to prosper somehow, but as long as it's not conflicting with our business model, I guess.
It's 8 o'clock. It's time for final thoughts. And then we'll end the show, which is, it's going to be wonderful. So does I love a final thought from everybody. Anybody want to add something that wasn't touched upon? They want to be sure to leave the audience with this live video that becomes on demand and lives in perpetuity forever. And somebody that watches later goes, wow, I can't believe that was at the end of the show. That's what I needed to know.
I'm going to say this. If they are on the fence about LPR, give Insight a try. As I said, you have your 30 days. You can give them a 30-day notice and see what happens. Give it a month or two. See how it turns your business around. See what happens and what do you have to lose? The time to put the cameras on the truck or the car? Come on, give it a shot.
Worst case, you just end the lease, end the contract, give it all back,
get out of it. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's not bad.
I'll throw in there that with Inside LPR, you have a true partnership with these guys. They listen to what you're saying. I don't know how many times John's called me and said, hey, we've got developers here. If there's something you'd like to see, let us know what it is. We'll try to build it out for you. They're just so overwhelmingly helpful. And again, it really comes down to the fact that they are truly rooting for our success. And I feel like me making the move to Inside LPR was one of the wisest business decisions that I've ever made in the 18 years that I've been doing repossessions.
I really have nothing else to say, Jay. I just covered all the topics that I had written down. Go Insight.
Go Insight. I like it. It's cool. All right, Aaron, Dick, and Patrick, you've got to say something.
I think Insight is trying to do the right thing for the recovery industry and it really has their ear to the ground, listening to the agents that are currently running the camera systems for them. And as everyone's mentioned, they're open to just any suggestion that you have and any way to make it better. And that's the way talking to John and all the folks over at Insight, that's the impression that I get every time I talk to them.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I can't agree anymore.
Go Insight. Aaron gives the
That's right. Go Insight.
All right, Patrick.
Yeah, I mean, I would just echo what everybody else has already said. I mean, it's a great group of people that you want to do business with, and give them a call. You don't have anything to lose. You'll find out pretty quickly that the customer service is hands down some of the best that's in the industry. And like Dick said, they really want to work with you, and the best interest in the agent is in their favor. So I would pick up the phone, call them tomorrow.
That's awesome. I've got reasonable contract, lease versus purchase, high quality cameras, great customer service, solid integrations, and you feel like you get a value from getting the data. You have some level of ownership within that hard work of getting all that LPR data. So great job, panel. That was awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you all so much. Really appreciate you taking your personal time on a Tuesday night on ATI Auto Business.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks.
Go Insight. Okay. I ended the meeting with Go Insight. I think all meetings should be ended with Go Insight. And special thanks, John Armstrong. Thank you so much for helping me come up with a show that would, be a nice context to how to tackle such an interesting topic. And thanks, everybody, for jumping in the live chat. Really appreciate it. It was really good. It's an important topic. It's not without its controversy. And there is a large amount of the recovery industry that I think in one way or another is interested in this topic. So if you want to talk about it more, let me know. You can send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Thanks, Justin. Yeah, I agree. Everybody, that was great. That was great. So, hey, I want to thank Superflow Systems, Murphy Auto Transport. I want to thank DRAIVER and everybody for tuning in. If you want to see a unique show, tune in to ATI. I'm very proud of the content happening here. It's not easy to put together. If you're interested in being part of the channel, let me know. You can go to ATIAutobusiness.com. Again, you can send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Put it into the live chat, put it in the comments below, share, like, tell your friends, subscribe, follow, and all that good stuff. I'm going to do this. I'm going to run the car hauler, but on Thursday, I want to leave you with this. On Thursday, we're going to learn about HaulX. And if you are interested in a TMS, I know, right? Another TMS. This one's awesome. You are going to love this live demo. Join us Thursday, noon Central Time for HaulX. Here comes the car hauler. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.